Today, I'm going to share with you some simple exercises to improve your intuition. So just like when you go to the gym, when you want abs of steel, we go to the psychic gym to develop our intuitive muscles. So this video, I'm going to share some of my favorite tools that I've used for decades, that I've grown up with, that I've shared with my clients, that you can use right now to strengthen your fluency, to strengthen your confidence, and to move out of trying to figure it out to flow. Intuition and trusting your intuition is like building muscles. What I mean by that, when you go to the gym, you do reps, you get stronger. It's the same thing when we are tuning into our intuitive guidance. The more that we use these tools, put them into practice, the more that we have a direct experience with our intuitive self, with our spirit. And that translates to moving out of overthinking, to indecision, to actually trusting our vibes as a way of life, as a way to navigate. And that is really when our life changes from ordinary to extraordinary. So before I go any further, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a fourth generation intuitive, and I teach you how to plug back into your innate divine self, your intuition. So if you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you're returning, welcome back. Don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that little bell notification because I release new videos every single week. So enough with housekeeping. Let's get into the meat and bones of it. So first, we have to create the conditions in order to be able to listen to our intuition. And what that means is first, that we have to have an open mind. Having an open mind means that I am open and available to my intuitive guidance. I am open to the ways that my spirit and vibes speak to me. If we are in a closed mind, that's where I've decided already that I'm not intuitive, or it doesn't make sense, or I don't get anything. When we get stuck in that, you're not going to get any intuitive guidance because your mind has already decided. Second of all, you can't let your intellect play, meaning anything isn't about right, wrong, good, bad, black, white. It's about what resonates. Often when we are developing our intuitive muscles, we can get real into, is this right? It's a question I get from my clients all the time. I got this intuitive hit, is that right? It's not the question you want to be asking. What you want to be asking instead is, does that resonate as true? Because intuition speaks in vibration. And the way that we become aware of that vibration is first in our physical body. Like I say, it's why you say, I had a gut feeling. It's not that I had a headache, because that's what overthinking is, basically a headache. So first thing I want you to do is just first start becoming aware of your own vibration, becoming aware of your own energy. And a real simple way to do that is my favorite tool, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, exhaling like you're blowing out 10 birthday candles, and then slowly closing your eyes and letting your attention drop from the chattering of your mind to your heart space. And really, in your mind's eye, in your third eye, that's where we can receive intuitive guidance, dropping that down to our heart space, to how things feel. And you'll notice as the mind starts to chatter, you'll start to feel your own distinct vibration. This is your spirit. And your spirit, your intuition is the language of your spirit. And so first, as we become more aware of our own vibration, of our own ways that we can navigate in the world, it's almost like learning a piece of music. And each vibration is a note. So you're being aware of what your note is. Is it C? Is it F? So paying attention, seeing. And as you're spending that time with your hand on your heart, hand on your belly, you can put a timer on your phone for 5 minutes so you don't have to wonder how long. But just noticing what comes up. Are there different images that come up? Is it a feeling? And instead of, like I said, figuring it out, just trust. We live in a world that loves to overanalyze things. We love a world with information. And the moment that our intuition starts to speak to us, one way that we get caught off is we immediately start to analyze anything, everything. All of a sudden, in my meditation, I got an image of a butterfly. What does that mean? How does that... And you can see how that goes back to the chattering mind and doesn't allow space for how your intuitive guidance reveals itself. So first, by building a relationship with your own spirit, with your own vibration, will first key you in and make you more sensitive to the vibrations that surround you. This is a tool that I encourage you to use every single day. Now, second tool. So now that we are aware of our own vibration, we can use that same framework to start to pay attention to the vibrations in a room. So whether you are at your office or in your kitchen or your bedroom, start to pay attention. What is the vibration? So for example, when I'm in my home, I live in New Orleans, I have a very small kitchen. There's no space. It's really condensed. So if you walk into my kitchen, the vibration is kind of cloistered. It's kind of, Now, if you walk into my friend's house who has a kitchen living room space, the vibration is so much more alive. It feels electric because that's where people gather and talk and share food, and you can feel it as a communal gathering space. Now, tune into the vibration of your bedroom. How does it feel? You might notice that if your room has been an oasis, it's an oasis for me. Every time I walk into my room, the vibration is calm, grounded. Even if you've gone to any place of worship, a mosque, synagogue, church, temple, you'll notice that the moment that you walk in, whatever your religious practice or denomination, you'll feel an overwhelming sense of peace. That is the vibration of those holy places. So notice and just start to trust the first things that come up, and give it language. Give it language. So my bedroom feels bright. It feels calm. It feels grounded. The kitchen feels lively and excited. These words will help us start to put nuance. Third, now you can actually even do this with your friends, your family, your pets. Start to notice their own unique spirit. What is their vibration? For example, if I tune into my mom's vibration, she is very active, she is energized, her energy is fiery and a catalyst. Now, if I tune into the vibration of my sister, she's got a lot more grounded of a vibration. She's fiery, but there is a plantedness to her energy that feels very different than my mom's. So start with your own people in your own life. Bring them to mind. Say, what is their vibration like? And give it language. Don't overthink it. Trust the first things that come up. We have to really say that our intellect isn't playing. This isn't a time to have to figure it out or what's the right answer. Just allowing your spirit to speak, allowing what spontaneously starts to come up. And the moment that you are in overthinking is the moment when you've waited too long. So another tool is go fast, almost like you're dribbling a ball, and say things out loud. My vibration. What's my vibration? My vibration is dynamic and vibrant, curious and playful. When we start to speak things out loud, we start to feel the resonance. When it's just information that we're thinking about, it rolls around in our head like a little rotisserie chicken on a spit. And our throat is the chimney to our heart space. And when we start to speak things out, we hear them. And then we can start to say, does that resonate as true? How does that feel? We can start to feel, okay, that resonates. Now, the last exercise that I'm going to give you is a real fun one. So if we can really first recognize that everything in the world is vibration, we are made up of atoms. Every single thing that you see is vibration. And each thing has its own unique vibration. So we can use a simple exercise to tune in and start to pay attention to these different vibrations. So I would encourage you to gather a few things. You can get a leaf or a rock would be good. Natural things are a really powerful way to start. Maybe a stick. So find yourself in a seated upright position. Make sure that you turn your phone on silent and give yourself space to explore. Your only job is to be curious, like the most curious kid in the whole wide world. And think of this as play. This is a fun way to experience my intuition, and I just wonder what will come up. That puts us in the right frame and state of mind to listen to our intuitive guidance. So I'd say get 3 distinct things: a rock, a leaf, a stick. I mean, you can get anything. You can get a crystal, you can get your keys, anything. Doesn't have to be super particular, but just 3 distinct things. Now, like I said, seated upright position, and pick your first object and put it in front of you on a table. Now, gaze at it, but don't look at it through the portal of your eyes. Imagine that you're looking at it through your third eye, through here, and just start to drink in the vibration. How does this feel? How does this resonate in my body? What is the vibration of the object that is in front of you? And just imagine that how it feels within your body. How does it resonate? Now, next, after having that vibration, bring that into your heart space. How do I feel this in the portal of my heart? And think of it as your heart chakra, not your genuine heart, but that is what sees clearly. And just notice, maybe give it some words, give it some textures, give it some definition, give it some anchor points. And you can even note it. This is the vibration. Now, change the object. Let's say you first started with a stone or a crystal. Now next, get a leaf. Noticing that leaf, that same exercise through your third eye, seeing, paying attention to the vibration. How does it feel? Do colors come up for you? Do simple words? Is it a feeling in your body? These are the ways that your intuition speaks to you, your spirit speaks to you. Like I said, no right or wrong. It's just your unique way. Now, again, same portal, bring it into your heart space. How does it feel? Right? And notice how it's different than your first object. Different than the stone. A leaf has a different vibration than a stone, right? A lot more grounded, a lot more alive. And then use your third object. Do the same thing with the stick. Again, feel the vibration. Third eye, then heart. Third eye, body, heart, feeling it. And notice how each thing has a distinct resonance, a distinct flavor, if you'd say. And as we really start to tune in, we recognize that what we're doing is starting to attune to the energy that is around us. And it actually changes our own vibration. So we can start to use these as psychic skills. So using that place of your third eye, using that portal of your heart, using that place, the chimney. And again, there's no right or wrong, good or bad. All you're doing is practicing and allowing your spirit to speak. Don't overthink it, don't wait, just go fast like you're dribbling a ball. And you'll notice that things will start to pop up. And, last but not least, just remember, you are intuitive. You are. Just like birds have, migrate thousands of miles and know, you too have a distinct vibration, a distinct intuition that guides you. And it's not going to overpower you. It's not going to be loud. It's almost soft like a butterfly wing. So we have to create the conditions to listen within. So give yourself permission to have space. Check it out and tell me, do you like these exercises? Do you want more? Do you have a favorite psychic exercise? Share with me in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Definitely check out my Instagram page. I have a TikTok. And check out my podcast with my mom and my sister. It's all related. We talk about what it really means to live an intuitive life. Podcast, Spotify, all of it. But most importantly, I am sending you all my love. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Bye.